I ran to the resident advisor, asking if they knew where Lena went. They stared at me blankly. Who? They asked. I explained, and they shook their head. You don't have a roommate. That bed's been empty since move-in. I laughed nervously, thinking it was some kind of joke, but no one laughed with me. I asked other students. Same answer. Blank stares, confused shrugs. Some even seemed annoyed, saying I was trying to freak them out. But I knew I wasn't crazy. Lena was real. I had lived with her. I tried to find proof. Emails from housing, roommate assignments gone. My phone photos with Lena? All static where she should have been. Then, the notebook appeared on my desk. I swear it wasn't there before. Inside, Lena's handwriting filled the pages, messy and frantic. She wrote about feeding it, about keeping the deal, about feeling watched by something she couldn't name. She described nights when she couldn't sleep because there was something in the corner of the room, waiting. Some entries were just lists of times and places. 3:13 a.m., shadow at window, footsteps outside door, it saw me in the mirror. The last few pages were almost illegible. Over and over, the line, it likes roommates. It always takes one. And then, if you're reading this, it's already watching you. After that, everything escalated. I began feeling watched constantly. Shadows moved where they shouldn't. Once, I walked past the empty hallway outside our dorm and swore I saw Lena standing at the far end, pale and motionless, her head tilted like she was studying me. I blinked. She was gone. I tried to leave the dorm, but every time I looked up at the windows, I thought I saw her face pressed against the glass, staring down at me. The whispers came back. They weren't Lena's anymore, they were mine. My own voice, echoing in words I couldn't understand. I started recording myself at night. The footage showed hours of silence, then at exactly 3:12 a.m. Dozens of overlapping whispers, and a pale figure leaning over me. One night, I saw writing appear on the mirror in my own breath. Fog, your turn. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. My friends began to forget small things about my classes, my schedule, even that I existed in the dorm. I felt myself fading from reality, like I was next. Then came the visions outside the dorm. Campus legends of a vanished student flashed through my mind. Students whispered about a girl who disappeared decades ago, whose name they never spoke aloud. Some said she haunted the dorms, taking roommates as her replacements. I laughed at first, but now I wasn't so sure. I avoided the dorm, stayed in the library, but even there I felt her. Shadows in the stacks, whispers behind closed doors. My reflection in the computer screens sometimes showed her instead of me, pale, wide-eyed, scribbling in a black notebook. I don't know how much longer I can stay here. Lena didn't just disappear, she was taken, and now it wants me. If I vanish, don't believe them when they say I never existed. Sam swore he had the notebook in his hand, but now the chair was empty. He flipped the seat over, checked the floor, even patted his own pockets. Nothing. That's when the footsteps stopped. The hallway was silent again. Too silent. Caleb whispered, "We need to go." And for once, Sam didn't argue. We left the room quickly, our flashlights bouncing across the peeling walls. But as soon as we stepped into the hallway, I noticed something off. The scratches on the doors, gone. Every door was smooth, untouched, just like room 12. Marissa gasped, covering her mouth. "We came this way," she said. "We passed all of these, didn't we?" We had. I remembered running my hand over the gouges, jagged and sharp. But now the hallway looked brand new. Worse, the exit door at the far end was gone. The hall just kept going, stretching longer and longer the more we walked. Sam tried to play it off, joking nervously about us getting turned around. But his voice shook. His livestream chat must have been blowing up, but he didn't check his phone anymore. None of us did. Then the lights flickered. Not our flashlights, the building's lights. For a split second, the bulbs in the ceiling buzzed to life, and the hallway glowed in sickly yellow. And in that instant, I saw it. At the far end, where the hallway should have ended, a figure stood. It was tall. Too tall. Its head nearly brushed the ceiling, its limbs impossibly long. The second the light blinked out, it was gone. Marissa screamed. She turned to run, but the way behind us had vanished. The hallway closed in on itself, leaving only the endless stretch ahead. We didn't have a choice. We kept walking. Every few steps, we'd hear it again, the knock. Sometimes ahead of us, sometimes behind. Sometimes right beside one of the doors, always getting closer. Finally, Sam said he saw something. He pointed to a door on the left. It looked different. The paint wasn't chipped, and light leaked from underneath it. He shoved it open, and we stumbled inside. It was another patient's room, except this one wasn't empty. On the bed, there was a woman. Or what used to be a woman. Her body was frail, skin gray and paper-thin, eyes sunken into her skull. She lay perfectly still, hands folded neatly over her chest. For a moment, I thought she was dead, then her eyes snapped open. She stared straight at us. And in a voice like dry leaves rustling, she whispered, "You shouldn't have opened the door." Sam bolted. He shoved past me, dragging Caleb with him. Marissa and I backed toward the wall, frozen in place. The woman sat up slowly, her bones cracking with emotion. She smiled, her teeth too sharp, too many. And then the lights went out again. Pitch black. I grabbed Marissa's hand and ran. I don't even remember how we got out of that room, but suddenly we were back in the hallway. Sam and Caleb were nowhere to be seen. All we had was the echo of footsteps, some ours, some not. And the growing sense that whatever we'd let out of room 12 was following close behind.